that roller, boys.
Enemy down.
Oh my god.
That was actually filthy.
Bro, my aim my aim goes from aimbot to bot. That's it, bro. Aimbot to bot. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, RogueWraith, coming at you with an Apex Legends video. And let me just start out by saying how great it feels to be back making full-length videos. I saw you in my shorts comment section, okay? I saw that you wanted the full length, and unfortunately, fresh off a knee surgery, I just was not in a place in time in order to be doing those. But we are back, we feel healthy, we're ready to rock and roll. So what are we diving into today? This is not going to be a tap strafing video. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm sure you are too, okay? If you appreciate me not talking about it, like the video. But we are diving into endgame situations, endgame rank, because yes, as you start climbing higher and higher in the ranks, endgame placement, it becomes more of a thing. There's a lot more teams near the end of the game that you have to kind of sort your way through and figure out how to win these games. So I have 3 different examples I want to break down here today. Best tips and tricks, best advice I can give you, why some situations are the way that they are, how to walk through these, manage this murky water, okay? So everything is going to be timestamped in the description below. So make sure if you want to skip ahead to a certain situation to where you always feel like you're losing, feel free to do that. But I appreciate you watching the full length video as well. So 3 situations that we're breaking down today is when there's 3 teams left, when do you start fighting? Okay, the second situation is going to be a straight up 3v3 team fight, which in ranked most of the time it doesn't happen. Pubs, sure. Ranked, not so much. And then the last situation is going to be multiple teams at the end. Okay, you have 5 teams, 6 teams, 7 teams, whatever it may be, all just jumbled up in the end game circle. What do you do? How do you play that? And how do you come out on top? So if you appreciated any content, you want to catch more of these videos, make sure to subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Like the video so we get into those recommendeds. And until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay beautiful, stay healthy. Most importantly, peace and blessed. It's been your boy Rogue. I'm out of here. I'm with you. All right, so before we dive into situation number 1 right here, one thing that people have to remember is you are going to get KP at the end of the games, okay? You were trying to play to win the game. So if you start getting into this later stages, middle of game, 7 squads left, 5 squads left, and you only have 2 KP, that's fine. You're gonna find it at the end, okay? You should not be pressing. And this is one bad thing that we are gonna do in this specific situation right here. We were at max KP running up to this fight. Yes, we have to take it. We have to establish our position. This was an okay fight to take. But one thing, okay, and this is where situation number 1 comes into play, is you do not want to be the very first team to fight. When there gets to be 3 squads left, don't fight. Hold off at any cost. Like if a team pushes you, fine, you gotta kind of have to fight it. They're kind of griefing their game, they're throwing that game because they're not playing for the win. That is what you want to do. Try to play for the win. All we are doing right here as the ring is going to start closing up is we're just trying to get as many teams out as possible. We're doing some damage, but we're not fully committing to these fights, okay? One thing you're going to see is I'm going to drop down right here. I'm going to try to get an idea of who is on this team, because this is going to be the team that's going to eventually really mess with us. All I see is Wraith right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to phase out. I'm going to go back up top, okay? I did not get the intel that I was looking for in this situation, but 4 squads left. We know that there's 1 rat. We know that is a full team down there. We know there's a full team across from us, and Luminous just kills the rat that we are fighting. So what I want you to realize right here is when there's 3 squads left, if you have a fight, you can pick a few shots, but do not be the first team to commit, because when that happens, more than likely all you're doing is throwing your game. You're putting yourself in a really bad situation, and that is what's going to happen in situation number 1 right here. So I'm going to let the rest of this gameplay play out. What I would have recommended us doing is just holding pat, okay? We have to know who this team is, what this team is down below us, because if we have a Pathfinder or Horizon, spoiler alerts, that is going to completely screw up this push. We made the wrong call. I got a crack. We decided to push it. That was the game plan, but that is what you have to think about. Skip ahead, watch the video. We'll be back for situation number 2.
This team is behind us. Literally not going to do anything about it. If we get like 100 cracked and we're
okay, if they get 100 crack, if we get 100 crack right here, then we push with it.
Yeah, I have an alternator, so.
Small healing away. We need nades, bro. This is where we really need them. Cracked octane. Push. I got shit on, bro. They focused me. bursted.
Got one of them, but I'm low myself.
The other team came up, bro. The other team got up. They had a pathfinder. That's so unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. All right, so first and foremost, take a look at where we're at. Round 2 is closing. We're at 7 squads left. This is mid to end game. We only have 2 KP. If you are going to take fight, it has to be 100% isolated, and this thing has to start and finish almost immediately, okay? I made an earlier video about 15 seconds or less. That's what you have to do. What we're going to look at right here is call it out. We're going to try to let them go. If not, we're going to pat on it, and we're just going to try to catch them by surprise. That is exactly what we're going to do in this situation, okay? We go ahead, we hit the pad, we're going to lead with the grenade. As soon as we hear this Revenant pop this totem, we're going to back up a little bit, and now we're just picking out some damage, okay? I'm going to flank over to the right. We're just going to start doing damage, okay? And we can just collapse on these guys. Revenant and Octane is a great combination for third partying. Not so much if you know it's coming, okay? And that's what these guys try to do. It wasn't the play. We're just going to kind of move up right here. We're going to slowly pick away as best we can, and we're just going to kind of mow through this squad, okay? Don't be pressed for KP. This fight takes us roughly 15 to 20 seconds. Fight's over with, we're good to go. We move on to the next one. We move on to endgame, okay? That's the biggest thing that we want to look at. And a lot of the things that you come down to, very rarely do you ever have a straight up 3v3 situation, okay? This team got pushed that we're going to eventually run into, okay? There was a third team that started fighting first. Guess what? They died, okay? After that, it is a full 3v3 situation. We're all healed up, ready to go. There's some things that our team could have been doing right, okay? The things that you'll see at the end, we push individually, okay? One person pushes in by themselves, they get beamed. The next person, myself, pushes in by themselves, we get beamed, okay? That's something that you have to try to avoid doing at all costs, okay? The team that push just absolutely throws their game. They tried griefing this squad. It luckily worked out for one of our 2 teams, the team who got pushed and us, okay? Find out, watch this one up, and we'll be back for situation number 3.
One team.
On my head. I'm phasing.
They have a alternator. Oh, I gotta go inside the top of that. They might push off that.
Shot that hits me. I'm coming in with you.
I'm dead. Did not expect them to swing that randomly. Okay. Yeah, it's 2 on the side.
I'm dead here, dude.
Yeah, GG.
It would have been rough. That was rough.
GG.
GG. Second place.
Second place in the max KP. It's huge.
You take those.
I'll start smooth.
Scan back and.
Okay. All right, and last but not least, situation number 3. When you have multiple teams coming into endgame, a lot of the times you can take and sit there, pop a few shots out, okay? But you have to let the game kind of play to you. You have God positioning. Do not leave it, okay? Everything has to come to you. Just keep everything in front of you. Check out behind you. Check to the sides. Make sure that there's not going to be a rat, another team that just comes up and absolutely griefs your game, okay? We are just sitting here, taking a few shots, seeing who is weak, watching where all the teams are going to go, okay? And there is a team in this situation as well that griefs their game. There's 1 rat remaining. There's 4 squads, 10 people left. Guess what? There's 1 rat remaining on this squad, okay? Figure out what happened. But there's a full team that just completely full sends this other team. There's no reason for that. Try to establish your positioning early game and worry about your KP last, okay? You're gonna get it. Find your KP early game, rat out through the middle, and then play the end game. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're sitting at 4 KP, okay? We're going in to this final fight fully juiced. We have great positioning. That is what you want to strive for. One big thing, you don't always have to fight, okay? Sometimes you don't even have to shoot. Sometimes it's best if you don't let anybody know where you are at. You sit there, you do not shoot, you just slowly creep up, especially when your positioning is not good. That, a lot of the times, is the difference to finding a really good game inside of ranked and coming off on top. Play for the win. Don't play for KP. That's the biggest advice I can give you, and I'm also doing a little bit of foreshadowing as well to a later video that you'll see coming up in ranked.
I thought that was somebody actually padding on somewhere.
I swear, I keep seeing like a body like right there.
By the way, I got pads everywhere, like right there and right there, whenever we're ready to... Show me your move.
Bro, you just threw an ultimate on the
Oh my god, imagine getting knocked.
What is... Yo, they're padding on these guys. What the freak? Talk about a grief and a half.
Oh, I got... oh my god.
I'm moving up with Puma.
He's tagged up. They're tagged up.
Got him. You're alone.
Oh, you armor yourself that. You armor yourself
Low,
that.
very low, very low, very low. Dios mío.
Oh, there we go.
Adios.
Not getting full KP though, but that's alright.
Everybody was so
That's a
low.
dub.
I got 5 KP, unfortunately.
I got 4.
Unforged. Oh, at
I'm
least I
like a bird. Gonna fly with ease.
got GG's. And well played.
Jeez. There we go.
Alrighty. Oh, Loom got max KP. What a liar.
Oh, I did get max KP.
Yeah.
What a liar.